are about 3,000 cubic feet. This is 77,000. It doesn't look it, but it's real big inside there.
Does anybody else need a car?
And it runs off of propane gas, not unleaded. Propane gas. And this is the burner system. And when you see these burners, liquid propane, our gas is minus 40 degrees. It's really cold fuel. So we try to warm that fuel up by running it through these coils. And when you run the liquid cold fuel through the coils, it kind of cleans the gas and gives it more pressure, and it burns blue. And that's what you want. So it's a hot blue flame. So I'm gonna don't jump or nothing, but I'm gonna give it just a little bit of heat, okay? See the blue? It's nice and warm for the balloon inside. You feel the heat back there? Yeah. All right. Now, the balloons, you can't steer them. You have to go with whatever way the wind is going. So sometimes we'll let a little toy helium balloon go. We inflate a toy balloon and we let it go on the ground and we watch it go up. And we watch it go up until it disappears, but you kind of study which way it's going. And sometimes the wind can be usually out of the north, which means it's coming from the north, usually every morning, because we get the cool air from Colorado. And as higher the balloon goes up, we get southerly trade winds, known as our southerly trade winds all year long. So if we go up, say, 5,000 feet, we could actually drift to the south with the low-level winds and go up high and come back with the upper-level winds. And that's what's known as the Albuquerque box. That's why you see the balloons usually do this around Balloon Fiesta Field. Okay, I'm going to give a little more heat. And we do have one control line here. It's called the vent line. There's a big opening in the top of the balloon, but it's sealed up with a piece of fabric. But if we have to come down, for instance, we want to come down and we see a nice grass field and we're flying and we need to let a little heat out of the balloon, we will actually pull this, and that big piece of fabric up there will come out of the balloon and release a little air out the top. And that, you can see the balloon, it actually shook because air went out. And that's how we want to come down. And then we put heat back in it. Just to keep the balloon buoyant. Hot air ballooning actually started 237 years ago, 1783, by two brothers in France. And they built a balloon out of paper, but it was actually big enough to fly a rooster and a chicken and a sheep. And they let it go. And it went to a farm field, and the rooster and the chicken and the sheep ran away, and they successfully built a balloon by themselves. And then after that, they went ahead and built another one, and they actually got in it and flew for a couple miles. And that was the first balloon flight known to man. And back then, they used to use a campfire to heat it up because they didn't have burners like this. And then 237 years later, the technology's come to this. That's how far along ballooning has come. All right. So who's going to go to Fiesta tomorrow? Cool. Good. This balloon will be at Fiesta, and the launch space that it flies out of is L1. L1. So there's little markers on the field where there's locations of the field, and so look for L1.